Hi, my name is Sylvia, and today I want to talk about conflicts in the workplace. When we work within a large organization, within large teams, we have several interpersonal contacts during the day. So it can happen that we come across a conflictual situation with a work colleague. The question here is, how do we resolve the conflict? How do we approach the conflict in a best possible way? From observation, I can say that we tend to approach conflicts in 5 different ways. Now, the first way is that we avoid the conflict. We ignore the existence of the conflict, which means that we are ignoring our interests, our needs, and the needs and the interests of the counterpart. Now, this is not a fair way of resolving a conflict. And by the way, a conflict that is not faced and considered normally resurfaces again and again. A second way to approach a conflict is to accommodate the needs and the interests of our counterpart. It is very generous from us, it is a very generous approach, but it is not fair because our interests, our needs are not met. The third way to approach a conflict is to compete with our counterpart. When we compete with our counterpart, we make the counterpart an enemy. So we fully want to destroy the interests and needs of the counterpart. And in such a situation, we turn the conflict into a real battle, into a real war. The fourth way of approaching a conflict can be to compromise. So it means that both parties come together and they meet, let's say halfway. They meet their interests and they need 50%. But there's a much better way to resolve a conflict, which is to find a resolution that is a win-win resolution, is a win-win solution. What do we need to have a win-win solution? 3 aspects. We need to consider 3 important aspects. First of all, separate the person, your counterpart, from the problems, from the facts, from the situation. Often we say that the other part is a difficult person, is not approachable, not communicative. So we blame the other part and we say that there are personality clashes. But actually personality clashes are not always the root of the conflict. We really need to make an effort to separate the person from the problems, the facts, and the reality. The second aspect to look at is to really identify our needs, our interests, and the needs of the counterparts. Name them. What are they? They can be very different, but it doesn't mean that they can't be met at the same time. And the third aspect is to really think creatively. Think of an innovative solution to the conflict, something unusual that you have not thought about before, and that maybe that is a resolution of the conflict. So think highly creatively, think out of the box, bring in elements that you would never consider, but they may be the solution to the conflict. Take care.